Hi everyone and welcome back to SGTV. So today we are back here in Melton Mowbray, and before we was filming with Fred, who has been overseeing the electrics here with East Goscote Electrical. We did part one of the video, which was a tour going through some of the products that have been installed. We also have a part two featuring Fred where we're going into depth a bit more on some of the finished products and how they've been installed. We've actually left Fred alone for a bit as he's been installing one of our Elucian Consumer Units. So we're going to go track him down wherever he is and have a look at the installation and how he's been getting on. So if you follow me, we'll try and find Fred. So Fred has been hiding in this cupboard here. Say hello, Fred. How you doing?
All right, you?
Yeah. So we've left you alone in here with the Elucian Consumer Unit. So you've been doing this for a couple of hours now. So are you about finished, or you got more to do?
Yes, just got blanks to clip in, buzz bar to go along.
And then you're about done. Okay, so could you just talk us through the install, how you found it, the features you've got going on here, and any little tips and tricks and hints you found pretty useful with this board?
So on this one, we've used the rear knockouts. There's plenty of space up the tops, around the sides, so you can hide quite a lot of slack in the cables.
Yeah, and that's something we've spoken to other electricians about before. They've said some boards, you know, you're struggling for room. If you've got fat hands, fat fingers, it might be a bit difficult, but for this one here, there's plenty of room to manoeuvre around.
Yeah, we've also made use of the tail clamp that comes as standard. Obviously, we've got the SPD on the right-hand side.
And what is the tail clamp for exactly, for those who don't know?
It's basically to hold the tails in place. So once we've got a good torque setting on the actual tail itself, we can then clamp that in place. That will then stop any further movement.
So any juddering from further down the line, that's going to stop that. And presuming if that was the case, that can cause shortages.
And arcs, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, what else have you got going on? So you've put in all the.
So we've gone for the RCBOs throughout all the circuits.
Yeah.
So we've got the cookers, we've got the induction hob, we've got the ring circuits, we've got the oven supply, and then we'll have the heaters, so the oil-filled heaters. And then we've also gone for the fans, and then obviously the smokes and lights.
So a bit different from the days when you used to just put everything on one circuit, and so a lot more safer. And you've got the room on the board, not only for your hands, but you've got the room on the board for all the different RCBOs here.
And then obviously when you order the kit, you get the grommet strip, and then you also get a couple of spare blanks.
Okay. So what would you be using these for?
So obviously, these are all the circuits we've used. We've probably got another 5 ways left. So these are mod blanks, so nobody can really take them out of the board. They can't fall out of the board. They're in place and they're bolted to the buzz bar as well.
So some of the older ones, you used to just sometimes get a plastic strip. Very easy for someone just to poke their finger through.
Yeah.
And if you've got kids or anyone playing around, it stops you from...
Also, they can easily snap. So once you have taken them out, added another circuit, they can get quite brittle depending on how long. But at least these, when they're on the actual dim rail, they're not going to go anywhere.
Yeah. I'll let you carry on with your install there, as you're doing such a fine job hiding in the cupboard here. You were having a little nap when we came here earlier. And you
caught me off guard.
Yeah. So what are you putting in there? And then that's the buzz bar.
So this is the buzz bar. This is the final piece of the jigsaw, basically. And then
Everyone's watching now, Fred. This is where your hands start to get shaky. And
oh yeah, we love the pressure.
We're timing you as well, by the way, Fred.
Oh yeah, we love the pressure.
So how many of these have you put in this apartment? Well, not this apartment, sorry, in this property now?
So this one we've gone for, these are the 2 mez levels. So this one and the one over across there that's not finished just yet. So these have got the Elucian boards in.
Yeah.
And then on this, the torque screwdriver, you'll hear the audible click.
So what's the importance of that?
So it's getting the right pressure on the screw to the buzz bar, obviously to the cables. You're not under tightening it, so that will cause arc faults, and you're not over tightening it. So on this Elucian board, on the top here, you've got for your main switch, you're looking at 2.5 newton meters. For neutral bars, you're looking at 2 newton meters, and then obviously RCBOs have got 2 different outputs. So on the in, you've got the 2 newton meters, and on the out, you've got 1.2, which that's a handy guide to use.
And I suppose with some other manufacturers, you might get those settings in a manual or something, but if you're working like you are now with both hands occupied, You want to just be able to see what you're doing right in front of you.
Problem is with as good as the instructions are, where are they now?
Yeah.
At least that is literally on the fuse board and I'm looking straight at it.
Exactly, yeah. And you've got a single width SBD surge protection device over there.
Yes, we have.
So why have you gone with that? Why have you put that in?
So as of obviously the 18th edition now, it all requires surge to protect against transient voltages. So that's protecting all the electronic equipment within this property. So if it be laptops, TVs, basically smoke alarms and anything with sensitive equipment.
Yeah, even the circuit itself, is that right?
Yes.
And people are obviously putting them in now because they have to, but what things are likely to be causing these kind of surges in the first place?
So lightning strikes is one. Anything, well obviously within the industry now, it's everything's getting really sensitive now. Years and years ago, it was just literally one TV and that was about it. But now you've got that much sensitive equipment in these properties you're trying to protect against.
Yeah, and you've put a lot of kit in here. Not only yourself, but you've got the plumbers, as you can see. You've got immersion heaters, boilers, everything. So a lot of things to draw from in here. So keeping not only yourself safe whilst working on this kind of thing, but also future occupants in the property.
Yeah.
So you've gone through the back on this one, and you mentioned before in one of the other videos, one of the reasons you like using the Elucian is also the knockouts.
Yes.
So if you could talk us through that, please.
So we've gone for obviously the rectangular knockouts at the back. They're very spacious. They're easy to actually fall out. Some manufacturers you struggle getting the knockouts out, so you end up making more of a mess of the actual knockout. Also, again, we've got about a bit of grommet strip,
and that comes with the board. We also do grommet strip as part of the Elucian range under Skolmore Group as well. So again, just a handy one to keep in your van, in your toolbox. And you've also got multiple knockouts here. So have you used any of these on the installs in this property or only other ones?
No, these are all surface entry or back entry, so not as of yet.
Okay, and you've mentioned the flush mount in one of our other videos. So is that going to be for future products?
That will be future projects. Sorry. Future on all of our new builds now will be fitting the Elucian flush board.
So they'll just be sat nice and flush into the wall, nice and smooth. Not people putting their keys on top of there.
Or hanging things off.
Yeah. Any other features that you found quite useful on this kind of install? So
as I said, the space is quite good. You've got plenty of space around there. Obviously, we've gone for the RTBOs, so each individual circuit is protected by itself. So therefore, if you have a fault on one of the circuits, you're not taking a bank of different items out. So it'll only take itself. Obviously, these yellow buttons, obviously, for you doing your test period, so pressing them every quarter. Would you recommend homeowners be testing them themselves, or is that something you'd get someone like yourself in? So as part of on the certificate, it will say a section about the testing period, so that will be down for the customer to actually do themselves. Okay. And with these boards being, once you've got the cover on there, they've got access to that, so they're not going to be poking their fingers into any live components. It's all safe. They're quite capable and safe to do so by testing these. Yes, yeah. Once the cover is on, which we can put that on now. Like I say, some brands, the RCBOs and the blanks sometimes move left and right, so you'll struggle trying to get the board cover actually on. Okay, so when you're lining this up like that, you might find yourself getting... Yeah, sometimes you're trying to fight and then forcing the actual blanks through, but these ones... Staying in place. Stay literally in place. And you've made use of the stickers as well that come with the pack. Yeah, and they're actually quite bright stickers and easy to use. Easy to understand, show a bit of colour, and it's to the point. Yeah. And it's handy not just for the homeowner, but say if you were coming back on this property and you're not going to remember what switches for which circuit, having that to hand just there, it's nice and easy for you to identify and pick up where you left off potentially. You'll probably also notice the lack of stickers on new fuse boards now, as of the Amendment 2. So all now we need to do is just label individual circuits, then the customer, when they move in, and the tenant will be given a handover pack that will explain all about the electrical, how to use the fuse board, what circuits are actually doing where and what. So that's hence the reason why there's no stickers on. Okay. So all in all, how have you found this one? Yeah, it's easy enough to do. It looks smart, and we've also, I forgot to mention, that on the new boards going forward, Elucian and Click Skullmore have actually engraved some of our fuse boards.
Yeah, it's a service we offer. So you just put in the company logo on
Company
there.
logo and a QR code in the middle.
Oh, brilliant.
So easy to website and
So the QR code will take you to your company's website.
yeah, to East Goscote Electrics.
So if they've got
direct.
issues or anything, they can contact you. That's quite a good little tip, actually.
Not many brands actually offer that.
Yeah. You mentioned about the flush mount. We've also got a wide variety of accessories now. We're also doing the pattress mount brackets as well. So if you've got thicker cables or trunking and things like that, you can work around that quite easily. But all in all, happy with the Elucian range?
Yeah, it will serve its purpose.
Oh, brilliant. As always, Fred, I want to thank you for inviting us down here to film with yourself and seeing the amazing work that yourself and the team and the other tradespeople have done here. It's pretty impressive. There's more videos to look out for from us here at SGTV. As always, please make sure you like, subscribe, hit the notification button below, and we will see you in another video.